Chili. It's one of those classic fall dishes that most everybody loves. So today on Cooking with Parker, I'm going to show you how to make a nice, rich, delicious, but also simple chili. I'm going to put this together in just a few steps. It's going to be a great time in the kitchen, so let's go. We're going to start with our prep work. So we're grabbing a whole yellow onion and dice that up. And we're going to set that aside with our bench scraper. And then we're grabbing a whole bulb of garlic, so probably about a dozen different cloves. Mince those up till they're pretty small. You don't have to be super fine about it. And then I've got a pound of kind of tenderloin beef bites. We're going to chop these into nice, real small pieces. This is really what's going to elevate this chili, give it a lot of nice kind of texture and flavor. So I start with about a tablespoon of bacon grease. Whenever I cook bacon, I always save that aside. It's great flavor, a lot better than like oil if you ask me. So just putting these in the pan, gonna give a nice, real quick hot sear on this. You don't want it to cook too long, just gonna achieve the Maillard reaction, which is when it turns, kind of gets some nice golden brown notes to it. I'm doing this in 2 batches, so there's plenty of room in the pan so they can breathe. You don't want to steam out your meat. You want to get nice kind of rich sear on there. Once you get that, I've got a pound of ground beef. So whenever I buy ground beef, I'll try to buy in bulk, put it in individual baggies in 1-pound packages. So pull that out, defrost it, use it for all sorts of different recipes. And you just want to brown your ground beef. This is going to cook in the chili as we go along, so you don't need to worry about it cooking all the way through entirely, but you just want to get nice caramelization on your meat. And then grab my onions and garlic back. Most people kind of say first add your onions, then add your garlic. That's true to an extent, but as long as you kind of stir it around, your garlic's going to be all right. And then I'm adding my seasonings direct to the pan. Going to get a little bit of toast on that as I'm cooking them with the onions and garlic. So just kind of measuring by my heart, you know, just eyeball things. Put some measurements in the recipe, kind of what I estimate that I'm using, but going with some chili powder, cumin, some ground chipotle powder, and a little bit of salt, and then we're going to finish with some oregano. So just very kind of straightforward spices that I love to use. You can kind of mix and match whatever you like, but chili powder is always good. Different peppers, cumin's a great option, but when you cook this, we're going to toast those peppers so you get some nice aromatics, really release the flavor. Once we got that, we're going to add our meat back into that, and the meat's going to start absorbing some of the flavors from the onion, the garlic, and all our spices. Just give that a quick stir and toss. Now, go ahead and try our kind of meat mixture we got. Spices are pretty good. I'm not going to add too much more right now because we got a lot more flavors we're going to build with. And always taste as we go, but this is a great kind of meat base for our chili. Next, I'm going to go ahead and open up all the cans. There's nothing wrong with using canned products. Sometimes they're even better. So I got some nice San Marzano tomatoes, some tomato paste, some cannella beans, and some red kidney beans. I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. That'll give it some nice rich flavors, a little bit of sweetness as well. And then I've got my, as I said, San Marzano tomatoes. You can use any sort of canned tomatoes, but these are really kind of the top tier of tomatoes out there. So I'm using my hand to kind of crush them up, break down these whole tomatoes. You can use crushed or diced tomatoes if you like. Forgot using a copper bottom pot. That's what I happen to have. Doesn't work with the induction burner. I think that I have different heat elements, so can use that. Go ahead and put our meat mixture into our tomato paste and tomato mixture. Here's one of my other secrets for this chili, using a tablespoon or roughly that of molasses. So a lot of chili recipes, it's closely guarded secrets. I'm sharing everything with you. So a tablespoon molasses, and then another thing to kind of bring out that flavor, I'm using a tablespoon of beef base. So from the store, it's got really good rich flavor. You can use it for all sorts of different things. So I got molasses, beef base. We're going to bring this up to a light simmer, and then my last kind of trick is using a bottle of red wine.
Hello, good sir. I'd like your finest bottle of wine, please.
That will be $1,600.
Great. I'd like your $8-est bottle of wine, please.
That's actually kind of what I did. I went to Wegmans and looked around, went with a nice kind of cheap Cabernet Sauvignon. Make sure it tastes good as well. You always want to cook with something that you enjoy drinking, but it doesn't have to be the finest vintage out there. Just, get something that you like. Next, we're going to go ahead and drain out the kind of liquid from the can. So you're welcome to use these as well, but I think they add a little more extra salt and kind of starch content that I didn't want to add to my chili. So I'm going to just put them in a colander, drain that off, run some water over it until it starts running clear. That's going to give kind of a nice kind of pure bean flavor. It's good to add these at the end as well so they don't cook as much as the meat and the tomato mixture, so they develop the flavor, but they're not going to be super soft. All right, let's go ahead and try this chili, see if it needs any adjustments or anything. I mean, that's money right there. It's got all the nice sweet, kind of savory notes. With all the spices, might add a little bit more, just kind of ramp it up. I decided to add just a little bit more cumin, bring out some of those earthy notes. I love cumin, and then a little bit more of the chipotle powder. So didn't want to be too spicy, but decided to use a little bit more kick. So if you like this video, learned anything so far, please don't forget to subscribe and like it. Really appreciate that. So go ahead and serve myself up a bowl. Now, it's always good practice to garnish your soup or just have one more element, kind of bring in another flavor profile. So you can't go wrong with some great
cheese
And
sour cream. I got my bowl all garnished up. Go ahead and have the final product. As I said, this chili is really just phenomenal. Give it a try at home. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.